Okay, so it says I'm live again. Sorry guys, hope you can hear me. I'm waiting to see if the video actually shows back up. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why it blanked out, but so the Cosmonaut, I was a big fan of the Goon. Not a big fan of the. Well, I love the look of the 1.5s, but I wish they hadn't have done away with the brass decks. And I've not got to try any of them yet. So the Apocalypse was a really good favorite of mine as well. Actually, matter of fact, I'm using my Apocalypse. I got the rainbow one with a white chuff cap and on my HK25. So that's what I'm running right now. So that's what I'll be vaping on until I get all this other stuff built again. Alright, so I'm actually going to install a new set of coils. These ohm a little bit too low. This is not I don't consider this a competition RDA. This is more of a flavor RDA. But you guys can see the deck is postless. And you can see the small Claptons I got in there. They heat up extremely quick. So I'm actually going to install some 26 gauge, 38 gauge Claptons, but these are 3 cores. So they're supposed to come out to a 0.15. I'm shooting for a 0.1 or 0.12. That's a good, to me, that's a good all day, relax vape. That's not going to singe your cotton, very much so. So I'm going to install these, uninstall these, and install the new ones. It is a little bit of a challenge to build on it, but I think once you get the hang of building on it a certain way, that it really isn't that difficult. So you see the inside of the deck. There's not much of a juice well right here. It's very, we're talking maybe 2 millimeters high, if that. So it's that short, but the design allows you to put the cap on it. The O-ring is pretty beefy, so it snaps on there, and then the cap actually seals in, so it increases your juice well. All you have to do with the Cosmonaut is once you put the cap on it and put your chuff cap back on it, all you do is just pour the juice down through the center. And where the coils sit directly over top of it, it absorbs it, sucks it right in there. So you don't have to take the cap on and off, which I love about it. So that's a new recent one. We have a couple left here at the shop. Stainless, and I think there's one more black one left. But if you're looking for a good flavor RDA, interesting to build on, the screws actually in this one is flathead, which I like because you're less likely to strip the flats. So as always, before you go to stick screwdrivers in there, you take the battery out. I'm going to put the cap back on. So I'm in search of a purge mod now. If you guys got, most of you guys got me on Facebook. I got 2 TVLs I can trade. Trade one for a purge with the TVL cap, and Kennedy 24 for the cap. So I'm looking for a purge and a preferably before the first, because I'd like to have something to comp with. Otherwise, I think what I'm going to use is my copper V-God. So you're fine. You ain't hurting me none. It's a vape shop, huh? Alright, so the Cosmonaut is safe to run on mechs. It's got a protruding pin. It's got a little moon logo in the center, which I thought was pretty cool. Most of the stuff I've ever gotten from District 5 is pretty cool altogether. So that's the reason I kind of like the Cosmonaut. A while back I bought it's called a Chubby. It's a chuff cap, just basically a wide open chuff cap. It fits the Goon, it fits the Apocalypse, and it fits, now if I wanted to, it's the I could run it on top of the Cosmonaut as well. But when you buy the Cosmonaut, it comes with a smaller black chuff cap at the top. I prefer to use this yellowish colored one just because of the feel, and it's more of a little bit more of a low profile. So prefer. Let me go cut my machine back on again because I heard it cut off. I'll be right back, guys. So if you're looking for, once that cleaning up, really, when that cowling tank finishes, we'll build it as well. But if you're looking for a good RDA flavor, you're not looking to comp with it, Cosmonaut is definitely high on my list. I rank it, as of right now, I need some more time with it, but I rank it, this is tough. This is really tough. I think if I had to make a choice between the Apocalypse, the Goon, and the Cosmonaut, and I'm just looking for something for flavor, it's a little customizable, fairly easy to build on, and take into consider price range, because most of your new Goons is going to run you 80-90 bucks. The Apocalypse, about the same. I think I gave 89 for the rainbow colored one 3-4 months ago. The Cosmonaut you can actually pick up between 65 to 70 bucks, so it's a little bit cheaper. So I would probably go Cosmonaut, and then the Goon and the Apocalypse is a toss-up. V1 Goon. I ain't tried the 1.5, but okay, so I was telling you guys about CBD. Now, normally, why am I not showing up on my end? Try this again. Make sure my video is going. There we go. Alright, back. There we go. Alright, so last week or week before last, Lifted Liquids contacted me about sponsorship, and I've seen their juice all over Instagram, and for the last year I've been searching for CBD oil that was strong enough to help me with my anxiety, depression. I have bad chronic back pain and knees. My knees are bad as well. And right now the doctors has got me on pain meds, which I don't necessarily like. So I've been searching for a CBD oil, and I've tried a lot of milligram strength, and I never could get over. I think the last ones Tanya found me were only 50 milligrams strength of CBD oil, and the flavor, it wasn't the worst I've ever tasted, but it did alter the flavor a little bit. And then also on top of that, I think the majority of it was PG, so when I put it in my tank, mix it with the juice or whatever, it would really quickly burn my cotton and taint my cotton and stain it and all that. So wasn't very happy with that. So we searched around the area for something higher than 100 milligram strength. And we did find a head shop in Roanoke that had a 30 ml bottle. It was 250 milligram strength CBD oil. It was right at $110. $110 for a bottle this size of, I think it was only 100 milligram strength, or it may have been 250. I can't remember. It was in triple digits though. So when Lifted offered sponsorship, I said, I'll give their stuff a shot. They have CBD gummies. They have this particular CBD that I tried first is called RBY. And it actually has a lot of information on it, so I'm going to try to read it off to you guys. This is only the 250 milligram strength. This bottle I think was $79.95. All right. So on the side it says RBY, which is the name of it, short for Ruby, I guess. 250 milligram strength, 30 milliliter bottle. It's 8.33 milligrams per milliliter, so 20 drops is 1 mil. It's 95% VG, 5% PG, which is really nice. It's flavorless as well, and I will testify to it. It does have a little bit of a flavor to it, but trust me when I tell you that it doesn't alter. Like if you put so many drops in a tank that you're doing and you mix it, it's not going to alter your juice. Very little, if any. And it's THC free, organic, non-GMO, 99.9% pure, medical grade, and it is legal in all 50 states. And it has a website for dosing info. And then if you flip it on the other side, this is what really shocked me, was it says shake it, vape it, drip it. Okay, most of us vapors usually go, shake it, drip it, then vape it. But this is the reason they labeled this particular way. You can suggested use is to vaporize. I usually put about 6 or 7 drops in a 5 milliliter tank of my juice. Or if I'm really stressed and need a hit, I'll just take and drip a little bit on my RDA, on my coils and cotton, and then I'll put my juice on top of that. So, I hope, guys, the video is still going for you, because it keeps cutting off on my end over here, so, because this is pretty important information. But not only can you vaporize it and use it, it says that you can drip under your tongue and swallow. So I'd never heard of that or seen it before. So I got this bottle. I didn't get it till Saturday night when I got back home. But I performed a wedding yesterday, and it's raining today. So my back and knees are giving me a fit. My nerves was a little on edge yesterday because I was performing a wedding. So I put, I think it was 7 drops in my 5 milliliter tank, and it does, the 250 milligrams strength does work a little bit for me, for my anxiety, and for, it does help with my knee pain and my back pain. So next month I'm going to try the 500 milligram strength to see if that's where I need to be. But I do, if you're looking for CBD oil, I do suggest check out Lifted Liquids. I'll even pop the website. Retail.com. I believe that's the website for it. For the price, and then they offer discounts. I spelled retail wrong. Sorry, guys. Make sure you spell retail right in the thing. That's my bad. Um, so I do highly suggest their version because I like how it's medical grade. They label it as medical grade. You can drip it under your tongue, which I tried yesterday. Um, it's not bad, um, but they do offer gummies as well. But if you're looking for high strength, they go up to 1,000 milligram strength, which is the reason why I'm thinking 500 may be the perfect balance for me. But we'll see about that next month. But we also, when we ordered it, we also ordered a bottle of this one is strawberry fills.
Well, that's counting mine.
From Liquids, and then Tanya chose yours is called cake something. Cake stuff maybe is what they called it. I'm a strawberry freak, so the strawberry fills is exactly what it says. It's not super ripe. It's like the perfect cloud cake. That's it. Cloud cake is what she chose. And
it tastes just like a vanilla cake.
Yeah, it tastes just like vanilla cake. Almost like a battery taste to it. Not battery. That's the wrong word. Not like batteries you put into mods and stuff, but I'm talking cake batter is what I was meaning.
11.1 lipo?
Yeah.
11.1 lipo?
Yeah, anything compete with those.
Okay. Yeah.
252s.
Yeah.
Tell him he ain't got to do that special on mine. He could just do do whatever Rob's getting.
The strawberry fills is to me like the perfect balance between ripe and sweet strawberry. It's like almost like a candy flavor to me. But I really like it. Now, you've heard me brag on here before about oh God, where's it at? It slipped my mind. What was it? Oh my God. The strawberry milk I like. Cottontail cream from Lost Art. Perhaps is the best strawberry milk that I've ever tasted. This is probably the best strawberry candy type that I've tried yet up to date. So if you like strawberry, this is definitely a way to go. I do suggest their CBD oil if you're looking for actual CBD oil that works. It doesn't taste like you're eating a homeless man's shoe. So let me go cut my machine on one more time, then we'll come back to build. Alright, so I'm running that tank through one more time just to give it a good thorough sterilization. And I'm going to install these coils and hope for a perfect warm vape into the Cosmonaut. Now I'm just going to re-wick the tank because the coils are still really good in those. So I need to find this. Alright, so we're looking, when you do the Cosmonaut, and as always guys, if you have any questions whatsoever about like juice, what we advertise or try out for you guys, feel free to ask questions. So I'm installing these are, like I said, 26 center, 3 of them, Clapton and 38. So when you install them in the Cosmonaut, usually what I suggest doing is taking your first coil, sitting it in there, and you can see quite the gap between the coil where it sits into the screw holes. So what I always suggest doing There's several different ways to do it, but I like to make sure I get them both the same, because we're all OCD like that. Is a little bit at a time. Let me get my snippers. Don't trim off too much, but you want to keep them both as even as possible. And of course, my stuff sticks to freaking magnets. Hang on it. I'm gonna look at putting a spring in that. Alright, and then I go on the other side and I'll cut the other leg to match as close as possible. I tried to catch that. I didn't hit Daniel in the eye, so I guess we're okay. Then once you trim a little bit off, just a little bit at a time, because you don't want to get too close down. And you can see the gap significantly dropped off there. So you don't always want it like sitting on top, because you do have that plastic insulator, but you want enough in there to make it good contact. So I'm getting ready to, once I'm satisfied with the first coil, I will put the other coil beside. Jeez Louise.
Okay, Rob.
No, this part is working great, but the cam up is like my screen goes black. I have to go back and hit play again. One of these days, somebody's going to invent a website for Vapors to broadcast off of and don't have as many flipping issues. Okay, so what I always do is I'll just put the other coil beside the one I just trimmed, and I'll trim them off as well to make them even. Even Steven. Just try not to hit anybody in the face with this one. And I'll flip it over. Okay, so they're both even. Now I'm going to install them. And I don't have my other camera up and going yet, guys. We're still working on that. Alright, so
already came through.
Alright, so I'm going to snug each side down a little bit at a time. Don't crank on them or nothing. So you can't see what I'm doing, but I'll show you once I get it in there. Alright, so when you install them,
tell me that ain't cool.
Depending on
What's up, everybody?
Say hi to Miss Home Punisher. Mel's the only one hanging with me right now. Everybody dropped off. Mel is one of our loyal watchers. She's watched us from the very beginning. We appreciate you, Mel. Matter of fact, we're going to put something together and send out to you here shortly. So you can sort of see when I get the first one in there, I've not twisted or anything. Daggone it, you got to go backwards. Alright, so it sort of sits cockeyed. So what I always do is just insert your tool that you're using to install these things with, and I'm going to snug them down. Alright, so, and then once I get them snugged in there, I will twist these bad boys around. And the first ones I installed in the Cosmonaut, I sort of left at an angle because I thought it looked cool. So a little bit more issue when you go to wick if you do that. So this time I'm running them directly parallel. And I got that bright light right there, so I got that one snugged in, so I'm getting ready to snug in this one.
It's really easy. Just go to Instagram.
Alright, and to
put Miss Cloudy Dream. Miss Cloudy Dreams.
You have to make sure nobody's got that yet.
Miss Cloudy Dreams.
Yeah. Alright, so once I get that in there, I'll just snug them a little bit. I won't tighten them down until I get both sides in there evenly. And you can see now that it's wanting to twist and go the opposite direction, so we'll fix that by sticking in our rod, and then I'll give it just a slight twist, and that way I can go in and finish tightening it down, so that it doesn't go nowhere, and then that will allow me to twist it in the area I need it to.
That sounds great.
Alright, so damn, blasted. There we go. Alright, so once this is what it looks like, I'm getting ready to straighten it out to match the other side.
Okay, sounds great.
So we go matchy matchy.
Sounds great. I'm hyped.
Alright, so we got that in there, and then all I do is sort of just adjust for both sides. I need to spread them out a little bit. There we go. So once you get them installed, you sort of see they're both even now. And they're pretty even. So then what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll double check to make sure I have all the screws snug. With the Cosmonaut, you got couple different options when you put your coils in. You can leave them directly like this. Move this down just and now I'm sporting my V-God shirt on one for the comp up there. So, but you can leave them like that, or you can actually bend them off to the side a little bit if you choose to do it that way. If you don't want the coils really sitting on top of your mouthpiece, then just you can sort of bend them off to the side a little bit, which works either way. I prefer to have mine on top because I drip through the chuff cap. So you can see there is a gap between the bottom of the coils, so it's not touching that insulator and melting them. And once you get them installed, I'm thinking I'm actually going to drip some of this Carney Sideshow from Showdown Vapor Co. If you like funnel cakes and you like strawberry and you like powdered sugar, that is the route to go. He offers a blueberry funnel cake and a normal funnel cake with sugar and cinnamon on it, and then he has the absolute best lemonade vape in fresh squeezed lemonade, all in the same line. Highly suggest. That's like my go-to everyday stuff. So the lemonade is really, really good too. It's the best lemonade I've tried. If you guys have tried Vapetasia's blackberry lemonade, Showdown has one called Black Hole Sun. It's named after Soundgarden, and they had this for a while now. Actually, is that Black Hole Sun? And he spelled it S-O-N. Black Hole Sun. That is blackberry lemonade on like the highest level of best that you can get ever. It's a lot better than Vapetasia's, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Most of our viewers know we're not going to advertise something that tastes like crap. If I ain't going to vape it, I don't want y'all vaping it. Okay, so now I'm going to insert my battery. Actually, what I'm going to do first, let me go get my tank out of the machine. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back with my tank. You probably won't be able to tell much of a difference. But it is cleaner now than it was. All the nasty black stuff's gone from the inside of there. So I'm going to let this sit here and dry while I'll heat up these other ones. Actually, I need a vape. Oh, another juice while I'm sitting here waiting. My wife is a huge fan of boosted juice. Now, they've been out for a while, and I think it's okay, but it's not really my cup of tea. But she bought me called Boost Day Cake. And I'm normally not the dessert vapor type of guy. I'm more of the candy, fruity type of vapes. So, but there are select juices I do that I do enjoy that's desserty type. And Boost Day Cake is like a vanilla birthday cake with icing. So it's really good. A little expensive because you're paying for name brand, but it's good juice. I don't know if I want to do dragon blood or I don't know what I'm going to do in here. I'm lost. There's so much to vape. So I'm actually going to put a little bit of this dragon's blood from Boss Man Liquid from Loa Vapor that I won. It is a strawberry, dragon fruit, and cream. I think there's something else in there, maybe mango or something. But out of all of them I've ever tried, that's always been my favorite. Good stuff. The golden peach, I'm really picky on my peach vapes, and because a lot of the peaches that I've tried just by themselves, it's like got a perfume cologne taste. So, but that peach is actually a decent peach as well. Ah, Mel, where are you moving to? While you tell us that, I'm going to heat up these coils.
3 to 4 weeks we'll have the boxes.
Be awesome to have them on 3 weeks.
Yeah, it would be awesome to have on 3 weeks.
That's awesome.
3 to 4 weeks.
So Dad can come over here and sit down
Told him I'd reorder his juice. Told him what we were going to end up doing.
Okay, so I'm back to volume. Yeah, definitely be safe when you're moving and all that stuff. You know, if you ever come down to Virginia and you swing by our way, come see us. Okay, so you can sort of see, cool it off a little bit. That's what I like about these. It don't take much to get them to heat like they're supposed to. Miss Cloudy Dreams just made an Instagram account, so if you guys want to go follow her, sure she would like to have your vape love and support. I gotta find it again. Hold on, I'll post it up there for you. Yes, I know timeline. I get all these weird things going. Okay, so back to this. Even though they're already heating pretty evenly, I'll heat them up some more just to make sure. And then I'll go back and double check the screws again because I hate having a loose lead. Because sometimes when you heat, it expands and shrinks, expands and shrinks. So, nothing major going on. Time hot. Alright, so I think this battery is about done. I'll get them nice and hot just to get them broke in. Sometimes with these multi-cores like this, it takes a little bit to get them broke in. But overall, super happy with the flavor that you get from them. And like I said, the Cosmonaut is a really good flavor RDA. Alright, so I gotta go throw this on charge. Be right back, guys.
Hey, Tanya.
Uh-huh.
So, how do I send a message?
On Instagram, you have to do it on your phone.
Can't do it on?
No, you have to do everything on your phone.
Well, that's so stupid.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, my battery was dead. And guess what? I don't have battery. I think this one's charged.
Now you got to download Instagram to your phone.
I use Instagram more than I do anything else.
We know.
So as slow as these are heating up, so I have a feeling that they're going to be. Well, I want to check the ohms of it before I get too far into it, but I'm probably guessing 0.13, which is a good leisure vape. So we'll check it here as soon as it cools off a little bit. So then I'll get back to the Colin RDTA for you guys. Work on that one. I've owned and gotten a lot of RDTAs. Yeah. Unfortunately, it don't help the flavor none. So let's see. Bake this a little bit. So I've purchased a lot of RDTAs through the last 6 months probably. I do have The Limitless was probably the first one I purchased. Um, that was a coals on top, juice in the bottom, and it's okay. What I find myself doing a lot though is having to refill it a lot. But the plus side to that is if you wanted to try juice, you can just drip some right down the center on top of the coals. So I went from it, and then I purchased a Mason dump tank, which is this big fella right here. This is the 30 millimeter version, and it actually sits on the RX 300. It actually sits fairly flush. There is just the slightest lip right here on the top, but overall it fits it really well. It looks really good on it. Um, so I like it if I'm going to go like on a big trip and I'm driving a long ways and I don't feel like refilling every so often. That's what I use. I did try going 400 watts when I upgraded to my RX, and it don't work very well at all, so I wouldn't suggest that. Usually in this I put 24 gauge or 22 gauge stainless. I do like 10 to 12 wraps on a Ford, and when I wick it I just barely cover the holes and it works perfect. I don't get no leaking or dump or anything like that. Mel just got the Crown 1. The Crown 1 was a excellent tank in my opinion. A lot of people didn't like it, but I did. The Crown 1, and matter of fact, I'll show you what I got the wife for her birthday. Well, that ain't the box set I got her, but the Crown 1 I think is still an excellent RDA. I don't think you could go wrong with the I don't see a lot of, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, the Crown 1 is still an excellent tank. Good flavor, good clouds. You could run it up there high if you wanted to. The Crown 2, I do not recommend. I think that was a major epic fail. The Crown 2 used the same coals as the UL Raphael or whatever they had, and it took so long to get any kind of flavor from it, and it was a poor design all well. And then they come out with the Crown 3. So the wife wanted a Minikin. I bought her a Minikin, purple Minikin, which I'll do a review on that for you guys at a later date. But she got that, and then she went and she wanted the Rainbow Crown tank, the Crown 3. So far, she likes it really well. There's no leaking issues. I think the colors show up better on this than the smock. And it also came with the purple and black chuff cap. It came with that, which I thought was really cool. Alright guys, so I gotta put you on pause for a minute. Hang with me. I'll be right back. Okay,
I
I'm
do miss home Punisher.
back, guys. Huh?
Do miss home Punisher.
Yeah, you can give me some Punisher. That's your Instagram persona. So, as I was saying, the Crown 1 is an excellent tank. I think you'll enjoy it really well. Uh, stay away from the Crown 2s. They just wasn't really up to my standards. And then you also have the Crown 3, which I like a lot too so far. So I'm going to pop this off and check the ohms. I don't use a whole lot of tanks myself. I prefer RDTAs because I can build and wick to what I like. I don't think they make a tank out there I can run hot enough. So I'm going to borrow Dr. Splatter's ohm checker here. Believe it or not, this thing is more accurate than my Coil Master tab. Alright, so we're looking at 0.16, which is it's safe for a mech. Obviously, I normally like mine a little hotter, but what I had on there before was a little bit too hot, so 0.16 would, I think, give me a lot of flavor. And I forgot, that's warm. Has a lot of flavor, and it ain't gonna get too hot too quick. It won't put a whole lot of strain on my batteries. So we do have, be on the lookout when we get the website up and going. We do have some of the new captains from iJoy coming, and if you guys have heard yet or not, the captain actually has uses 2700 batteries. From the research that I've done and talking with other people, the 2700 is a little bit larger battery, gives you a little bit more of an amp limit. The mile's about the same, I think they're 3,000 mile. So you get a little bit more longevity versus your Sonys or Samsungs. And I honestly think they're going to take off and do a lot better than the 26650s. I'm not a fan of the 26650s. I prefer not to use them. But if you wanted the captain, it does come with sleeves that you insert so you can run your 18650s. As far as mechanical mods that's come out that support the 2700s, I know Vapor Clouds has got one. Broadside's coming out with one. So there's going to be several other companies that'll fall in line there and make the 2700 version, and then just offer a sleeve to run your 18650s. Most of your tube comps, which it is a downside, but most of your tube comps are going to be single 18650. So it's good to have that sleeve. I normally don't like having to buy a whole another set of batteries, but I think the 27, huh?
Need a name.
Name for what?
Dina's gonna be Mrs. Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, Mr. Clouds.
No.
Or Cloudy. Mr. Cloudy might be a little goofy. I don't know. Mention Dreams here.
Let's see.
Samantha Kennedy wants to know, are you in the Scoundrels BLBK market? I see a lot of perk mods go up on there. If
I'll
you're
be
running,
fluffy.
would be more than happy
I'll be
to add
Fluffy
you.
Moss.
Tell her to have me.
Let me dream.
Fluffy Cloud.
You could be
Fluffy
There you
cloud.
go, Fluffy Cloud.
when what was it? Grey's Anatomy. Mr. Dreamy or
Mr. Dreamy.
Dr. Dreamy.
Dr.
Mick
Dreamy.
Dreamy.
Mick Dreamy.
Mick Dreamy. That's it. All right. So all I'm doing, guys, is trimming this cotton down. I'm still a fan of cotton bacon. I use it. I have some. I'm using up my native wicks right now. But there is, that's quite a bit of cotton. So,
I'm gonna add you to it.
what? Too many things popping up here at one time. So here's the trick: when you do get your cosmonaut built, what I like doing is, because sometimes it could be a pain getting your cotton in there and getting it positioned. So if you guys have ever had a sub-ohm innovation RDA, you put the sleeve up from the bottom, and then it sort of leaves your cotton looking like it's up in the air like this. I sort of do the same thing with the cosmonaut. I keep my cotton up, then I'll position and then snap it down, and then I'll just take my pick after it's in there, and then I'll just position my cotton just like I would in a sub-ohm innovation. I'll just tuck it down in there. Normally I'll put a little juice on it before I do it, but it's a little bit easier to do it when it's dry cotton. And then I'll just sort of just tuck in position. I can't wait to vape on this now. It looks so pretty. Okay, sometimes I take extremely too much time. Got a puppet master behind me, I think. That's Dr. Splatter, if you guys want to follow him on Instagram and Facebook. He does all our design logo work he designed our juice labels, which I'm still shooting for the 1st of July. This is not looking too positive right now. We're trying though, guys. It's only 2 flavors. But he designed the labels for that. He designed my logo, since one company stole my last one. Alright, so that's what she sort of looks like after coils, cotton. Looks pretty good. I hate to juice it up now, but I'm going to. I gotta figure out what I'm going to juice it up with. You know what? I'm gonna rock this Strawberry Fields from Lifted Liquids, because I think I'm going to put the Showdown Strawberry Carney Sideshow in the tank. Maybe, I don't know yet, but I do know I'm going to try this. We also need to do our cloud chemistry, so they need to figure out what they want, so what kind of juice they want, because I already got what Daniel wants. So oh my god, thank God for Max VG. You're about to see a grown man cry. This is why. There we go. I didn't drop a lot, guys. Otherwise, I'd have been extremely upset. Yeah, just throw that away. These Claptons being 3-cord tend to hold a lot of juice. So it's going to take me a little bit to wick. Get them in there where I want. But I also did Stewie. Did you do the update?
Yeah.
All right, so you can go 400 now. Yeah, I mean I wouldn't try it because I already did once. Yeah, it should have went up to 400.
Yep.
Sweet.
377.
So interesting while I'm sitting here talking about product. Used to be a real big fan of Together. We've owned the Temp Control, came out a couple years ago, and then I bought into the Fuchai 200, and then I bought into the Fuchai 213, and through a lot of usage and such, there's a lot of wear and tear and beating them, and they tend to last a while, even after dropping them and all that stuff. But they are having issues with the Spectrum or the Chaos. So the Chaos sometimes, in some of them, the screen will just go blank. So, all right, I gotta get the airflow adjusted just like that. That's a nice cool. I was a little disappointed in the 0.16 reading, but it is a nice cool. Flavorful juice, and Bill real happy with it. So my battery should last longer than 10 minutes. So the strawberry fills, it's that perfect. It's candy. If you guys, probably the best candy flavor that we've ever tried was probably the Lunar Harvest Blue, and it's mainly all the blueberry stuff and cotton candy and hard candy mix. So with the strawberry fills, it's like you're right, your sweet strawberry in a candy flavor. It is something I will buy again. It is a wonderful strawberry. It like smacks you in the mouth. Okay, so got the Colin, cleaned it. I'm going to heat up the coals and make sure all the water and stuff's out of that. With this particular build, it ohms as a 0.19, 3.77 volts, and I got it running at 75 watts, which seems to be that perfect in between. Normally, but where they're cold, I gotta heat them up a little bit, make sure all the stuff's off of it. And normally I don't wrap Claptons in 32 gauge, but this time I chose to because, well, it was the smallest gauge that they had, and it tends to give me almost a space to look. You probably can't even really tell here, but when they heat up, that's what they look like. Like I said, the Colin to me is probably the best RDTA I've owned to date with the best flavor, which is odd because normally you get better flavor from the ones that house the coils up top, and then you drip your cotton into the bottom, and that's where you fill it. But for a bottom coil system, the flavor is absolutely outstanding. So let that cool off a little bit. Hey, they're heating just a little bit slow, but I'm gonna go in and double check my the grub screws. Like I said, in the Colin, it is grub screws. They did give you extras, but through experience, I'm extremely careful with these. I make sure that the Allen key goes all the way in, and I just give it one little twist there to make sure everything stays nice and just a little snug. And they all seem to be pretty snug, no backing out. I've had that issue with RDTAs as well. So once that cools off a little bit, we're going to take a vape on this Predator. Love it. I love the look of it too. One thing that I will say about Comp Life aluminum mods, I've owned several aluminum mods from several different companies, um, and for whatever reason, the TVL aluminum just to me had so many issues. Now, if you look at your chart, your metal conductivity chart, the highest is obviously pure silver. Copper is like number 2 or number 3. I think it's number 3 because rhodium's a little bit better, but copper. Down the list should have been aluminum, and then brass should have been the least of the conductors. And the TVL aluminum honestly just sucked. So I got the Comp Life aluminum, and the Comp Life aluminum mods hit better than the TVL aluminum. So I was really impressed with it. What I'm not impressed with, it doesn't hit hard enough to be able to comp with it, in my opinion. I still think copper, and I actually think brass actually hits a little bit better than the aluminum. So to me, the Comp Life, like my HK or the Predator, the Stealth that I got, those are my like daily use, you know, mechanical mods. And if I go, I'm at the moment, if anybody's watching, I'm offering, I have 2 to trade. They're both TVLs. One's copper and black, one's brass and black, aluminum. Brass and black LE limited editions. Low serial numbers. And then I have a matching TVL brass cap that fits the Kennedy, which I'll let the Kennedy go to. I'm looking for a purge back to basics V2 setup with cap, deck, and mod. Brass or copper, doesn't even really matter, whichever one. But so if nothing changes, I may end up using my little VGod copper mod for the mechanical class this time around. So I'm really digging this strawberry. And then, like I said before, if you want to do a little CBD on there, where is the CBD? I give it a little shake. Because I'm pretty chill right now. I'm liking this. And I'm only going to put 2 drops on my coals. And then I'll take whatever I'm vaping on juice-wise. In this case, it's the Lifted Liquid Strawberry Fields. Put just a tad of that on there so it'll mix a little bit. Give her a little fire there. And then you don't have to take the cap off. I just did it to show. And I'll cut the airflow back a little bit. You can taste just a hint of the CBD when you drip it on there, but I get more of the strawberry feels, so I think that's a really good combo to put in a tank. With now, if you're using like a 5 milliliter tank, I usually put about 7 drops in that, and then mix the rest with whatever juice I'm vaping on, and it works. There's no spit back with the Cosmonaut, which I like a lot. You don't get it, as long as you don't over drip it, you don't get a mouthful of juice either. And depending on the juice, them coals will last me a month and a half. These that's in this one, which I'm getting ready to wick now, those have been in for, today will be the 4th day of these. So I'm going to wick it and show you guys how I wick this one. I don't leave it as loose as I do the dump tanks. got a piece of ning-a-ning or something in there. Alright, so I don't leave it as loose as that. It's fairly tight compared to the Mason dump tank, but if you've wicked the Limitless RDTA or the VGod RDTA, you know, it's about that up that alley. It's a little loose in the coil because if you restrict the cotton too much, and when I wick RDTAs, I try to make sure I do this. Is some people will take the cotton and they'll put it in their hand, roll it to make it cylinderistic or whatever you want to call it, and answer that back. So yeah. So like, I try not to do that with these because I want the channels of the cotton to be able to wick as easily as possible. So I'll twist one end here. And then, you know, if you do a RDTA and you get one and it leaks or you just keep having issues with it, hit me up. I've wicked and built a lot of them, and it's taken me a while to fine-tune my wicking skills to where it's effective. So don't give up on them. It just takes a little time. It's like the Mason dump tank. I say it holds, I don't know, like something like 7 or 8 mils of juice. And there's one night, I guess I didn't wick it right, and I woke up and all the juice had done drained out the bottom of it. So I've wasted a lot of juice and a lot of cotton. So like I said, don't give up on it so easily. Hit me up. I'll try to help as best as I can. And if you're interested in the Vape Vandy one, they do have a Facebook group. That's where I got a lot of my information from them, was on that Facebook group, because a lot of them was having issues with leaking, and you don't have many companies that do this, but they heard, you know, people were having trouble, so they updated the deck. I'm not sure if this is the updated deck or not, but a lot of people, once they figured out the wicking technique, they love it. So alright, so what I'll do is once I get the first piece of cotton in, I'll run it through, straighten it out, and then I will cut it. I will rest my scissors, try to do it up against the deck, not the outside ring or anything like that, up against the deck itself. And at first when you cut it, it's going to look short, but looks are deceiving. Alright, and I'll straighten up this side a little bit. I'll go right up against the deck and I'll snip. So you end up with a real small piece like this. Alright, and then I'll take the other piece and I'll try to move that cotton out of the way a little bit. One thing on these as well is you don't want to wick, when you build your coils, make sure they're not touching the outside airflow, and they're raised up off the bottom airflow ever so slightly. So I do the same to the next piece. I'll go up against the deck, snip it, and then snip the other end. So when you're done, it sort of looks like that. And I ain't gonna lie, when you do it, it's gonna look like it's short, but trust me, once you tuck it, it'll fill up the juice hole perfectly. So now that I've got it trimmed, let me trim off some of these corners here. Okay, so we trim that up. Let's see what we got going here. What we got? I'm going to use some of this strawberry carny sideshow from Showdown. I told you guys I'm a strawberry nut, so that way I have candy in one, and then I'll use the it's $20. Yep, I gotta hit refresh again. And then use sort of a dessert flavor in the other. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just, before I go to tuck the cotton, I'll start putting a little juice on the coils. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll put a little bit on the cotton as well to sort of moisten it up a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier to tuck. And I'll give them a little pulse so they'll absorb some into the cotton. So what it looks like now. I didn't go very far out. Some people choose to douse it, but I try to save as much as possible, not waste as much. Throw this away real quick. I'm back. And then I'll just take my pick, and then I'll just start taking one corner and just start tucking it in to the juice well. And it's going to feel a little loose in there. I mean, the first time I wicked it extremely tight, and it worked, but it wasn't really a back-to-back vape because I did wick it so tight. So I wicked it a little bit less tight this time around. So one side in, let's work on this side. I try to make sure when I tuck it into the bottom, it's okay. You're good.
Okay. Baby,
Try to
Haley wanted some juice, so I'm gonna give her that Smurf juice that I got.
do what?
Haley needed some juice, so I'm gonna give her that Smurf juice I got, or whatever she wants out of the truck. Are you able to stop by the shop?
Is she taking that 40?
Huh?
She taking the 40?
No, baby. She's good.
She got food.
Huh?
She
Yeah,
has
she's getting
food.
ready to go grocery shopping. Did you still need the 40? Dad's got 20 and I got 30. Or I got 10.
That's all we got though.
Yes, baby, she needs the 20.
Like I said, we may not be able to go to that conference.
I don't know. I'm gonna walk in there because I don't want personal information. Okay. Yes, I've got 30.
Our kid's gonna drain this dry. Alright, so you can sort of see in there.
Wide one. It should. Wide on the so.
It's pretty loose. I tried to make sure the cotton's not bunched up because it will restrict the wicking. So once I get it in there, get it all tucked in, I'll go ahead and start being a little bit more liberal with the juice.
So what are you gonna buy here?
I'm gonna try to be a little bit more liberal there. Sometimes my bottles leak like this. Gorilla's not really all that gorilla. Alright, so then I'll add some in the bottom. And then if you wonder about changing flavors, I've not really had any issues whatsoever. I mean, I put all kinds of different flavors in there. That's probably why they were so black when I got them out. Alright, so we got that going. And another good thing about this one, particular one, is once you put the glass cap on, if you need to, you can always drop juice down that center post if you feel like it's getting a little dry. So it's got a juice flow on it. Actually, let me make sure. It's got something in it. Hold on. What's up, Joe?
What's up?
Hey, this is Joe from Cloudy Dreams. Straight. And you don't want to super tighten this down either. I usually just tighten it to where I can adjust the juice flow, because it does have a juice flow. You can cut on and off on the inside when you fill it, so that helps it not leak. And I always close off the bottom. So now we're going to fill up the tank. Like I said, I like using the short tank because it's low profile with a short glass, but I don't like filling it up every 5 minutes. So, and you can fill it all the way up to the brim, and this is the part I'm probably going to lose a little bit. You don't want to tighten the top cap down that hard either. I usually tighten it just enough to where it starts to turn the glass. Open up the juice flow, open up your airflow, and you're set. That's a carny size, Joe. I'm telling you guys, the flavor in this thing is outstanding. 75 watts, it's not too hot. Doesn't dry out.
Good cloud.
Yeah, good cloud. Mel said hi, Joe. Mel's one of our original viewers that stuck with us through everything.
Oh. Hey.
So also, you can go, once the website's back up and running, you can sign up. I think there's a newsletter or something that you can sign up for. So if he's running, what's up, Raven? Wow, green, yeah. I'm still playing with the background and everything. I got to go in and adjust it, but oddly enough, the video feed and everything's been running smooth. I ain't had no issues whatsoever. Now that'll cut off on me every now and then. I had to refresh, but
Mr. and Mrs. on Punisher. I'm neither Mrs. or Mr.
But you affiliated, so you affiliated. It counts.
They have on TV shows called I'm a cameo.
Yeah, cameo. So if you're looking for RDTA, I like this one really well. Flavor's great. Clouds is decent. There's plenty of room to build in it. It's extremely similar to the Cosmonaut. So I put 5 wrap, 3.5 inch diameter. I think if you 4 millimeter diameter, maybe pushing it, but it will fit 3.5 millimeter diameter. outstanding. So that's sort of my 3 setups that I'm running with today. I got the Predator, with the Cosmonaut, oh yeah. You don't want it?
It's yours.
I thought we split it.
No, remember the 120?
Yeah?
I got 2 120s that boss made as milk. You got that.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's very short for me.
Alright,
Dina.
so, man, I gotta work on that button part.
He gave it to me for my birthday. He's like, hey, go happy birthday. I was like,
So it's a nice school, babe. I got the Predator going with the Cosmonaut, and I got my HK25 aluminum with the Apocalypse RDA on top. And then I have my RX300 with the Kylan RDTA, which I just cleaned and built for you guys, or with. Actually, I built the Cosmonaut. What I'll probably do is I'll vape a little bit more out of this, and then I'll add about 7 drops, 5 to 7 drops of CBD oil, fill it back up, and be chilled out the rest of the day. We also, last month, which I need to remember to do it, but last month I tried some of this new juice from Cloud Chemistry. It's called dripping sauce, and that's hard, Raven. It's hard, man. I mean, to do it without lying about it. What kind of mod are you looking for, or looking at getting? One thing I've learned through my years, and this goes for when I was in the military, this goes for life, marriage as well. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. And that goes with vape mods. But usually I tell the missus when I'm striving or looking or stressing out over getting one. Like right now, I'm trying to get my hands on a purge set up, so I'm willing to let my limited edition TVLs go for the right setup. So I usually tell her about it because I can't hide anything from her, and she's really good to me. I can't complain. She usually she makes sure I get what I want somehow or another. So that's vape relationship goals for you guys. I was really tickled with the setup she picked out for her birthday. She don't have it out right now, but it's I'll show you the tank. She picked out the Crown 3. It's rainbow color and come with a purple and black chuff cap or drip tip, whatever you want to call it. No leaking out of this tank as well. Great flavor. I mean, she liked it. And then she picked out the new Minikin, I think it's the V2 is what they call it. It's purple as well. It matches the tank really well. And I actually like the Minikin V2 a lot myself. It's nice. It's comfortable in the hand. That's aesthetic, I guess is what they call it. It's comfortable in the hand. It takes a little bit to get used to it because it is touchscreen. So if you're not careful, you'll be adjusting wattage and stuff if the screen doesn't lock. All right, I gotta check out what Raven's wanting to get here. Let's open it up. The Smock Guardian 3. Ah, nice. I like that. And that's not too bad. $49.99, and it comes with the tank and everything you need. Man, that's a nice looking little kit. Alright, so this is what I would suggest. Alright, so what you do is you pull up 2 web pages. You open up this one that has what you want. Then you open up a page like AV or Comp Life or something that's really high dollar, and you show her both of them and tell her you want the tobacco pipe. So in her mind, she's thinking, "Wow, you're passing up a $400 mod for $49.95." So, you know, you could try that and see if it works.
Sure does nothing. 115. It goes all week long, really. All they hear, there they go.
So Mr. Cloudy Dreams,
Fluffy cloud.
Fluffy Cow said, if you guys are interested in a Draco mod, they are on sale for $115. And I know we have the doors, we have Darth Vader, and we have doors, Darth Vader, and there's a military OD green box. So if you guys are interested, contact me, let me know. So we're looking at getting some new stuff in here. Oh, he's bringing them out so I can show you guys what we got left. Alright, so this is the Doors box. If you're a Doors fan, it's got the shop logo on it. Then on the back it shows Draco, and it's done in blue and black splatter, I think. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the LEDs for the voltmeter, it comes up blue as well, and it is a PWM. So that's the Doors. This one's black and red splatter. Hopefully it shows up. Darth Vader. Draco Mods logo on the back. PWM. And the LEDs for the voltmeter is red.
Those are both 1 of 1.
Yep, both of them are 1 of 1. The Zombie Chef, I don't know how well this will show up. Yeah, it shows up really good. It shows up better than the Darth did. That's the Zombie Chef. Green and black splatter. Gold logo. And I'm pretty sure it's going to have the green LEDs for the Volt. Then we have Pokemon Go for you Pokemon fans. This is Team Mystic. Did I get it right?
Like
The
a
blue
blue
one?
team.
Yeah, the blue team. It's blue and black black with blue splatter. Voltmeter will be blue as well. And it's PWM.
That's a 1 of 1.
Also 1 of 1. And then the military boxes, OD green.
That's actually serialized.
And yeah, this is not a 1 of 1. This is number 78. And it's PWM as well. So $115 for any of them, fam. So he does take PayPal and Square. So they'll be on sale until we move them out. Alright, so I was showing you guys the Crown 3 the wife picked out. This is the Dominican V2 that she chose. Really cool. I like the fact that it is touchscreen. It's Asmodus. 5 clicks to cut it on, 5 clicks to cut it off. You remember the old Snow Wolves, after so long you didn't use it, it would sort of shut off. Well, they fixed that, thank God. All you do now is if you want to vape it, you just slide your finger down and it unlocks it. You touch the right side, and that opens up the your wattage. You can adjust it to whatever you want, and then you can lock that screen to where you're not touching it no more. Nice little handheld device. The paint on it seems to be extremely well. The magnets are not over powerful, but they're strong enough to hold the door in place without the door flying off or something on you. So pretty happy with those. Pay attention to the shop as well. We have the Captain coming, which is the new 2700, or you can run it in 18650 mode if you want to use those, but I'm kind of excited to check those out. Really excited to check those out. Play with them. I'm pretty sure we got rainbow colored ones coming. So, and we have the Crown 3s in the rainbow coming, and the B12 and the Smock in the rainbow color. So if you want a full rainbow color setup, we can hook you up with that as well. We do.
If anybody wants to order anything, they can just call and we'll ship it to our website with love.
Yeah. If you guys see something, I try to post on my Facebook and Instagram whenever sales and stuff goes up or new products come in. So if you see something that on my page that you want, just holler at me. We can hook you up, and you just do the purchase over the phone, and we'll ship it to you. That is until the website is finally launched. It ain't as easy with the website as it used to be because you have to do the age verification and all this other bull crap. So we're trying to make it as simple as possible for you guys to order stuff. Juice is the same way if you want to order juice from us. Our major brands that we're carrying right now are Lost Art, which I'm a fan of all their juice. My favorite is Cottontail Cream, and the gummy one is really pretty good too, but Cottontail Cream is my favorite. We have the Sick Boy line that almost stayed up there. We have the Sick Boy line, so if you guys browse through the different flavors of Sick Boy, we have the full Armageddon line, which is not the Armageddon RDA makers. This is a separate juice company. Pestilence and War seems to be the two popular there. We do have some bomb sauce for the time being. We do carry the Showdown line, the Carney Size Sugar line, and the Mama's Brew. We do have some of those from Showdown Vapor Co. And we do have a few bottles of Fuggin' left. If you're on a budget and you're wanting a decent juice at 120 mils, is $24.99. We've tried several. I tend to like the blue waffle and the blueberry yogurt. Speaking of which, you have your blueberry yogurt still? Or did you vape it all already?
What?
Your blueberry yogurt.
No.
The blueberry yogurt's pretty good. The blue waffle's good. We got one called OJ Crimson, which is an orange creamsicle. Unfortunately, we're out of BJ's. I see you giggling over there. The BJ was
The way you said that we're out of BJ's.
Yeah, we can't give you BJ's no more. Sorry. The BJ is like it's not a taffy. It's like a candy.
Raspberry candy?
Raspberry candy.
Raspberry candy?
I think it's raspberry candy.
Danny.
BJ. BJ.
Raspberry. BJ. Raspberry hard candy?
Raspberry hard candy was BJ.
Blackberry.
Oh, blackberry. It went off the shelf pretty quick, so we're out of that right now. We do have the peach one, the fuzzy navel.
It's like it.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a peach, that's all it is straight peach, fuzzy neighbor. And then
It's just like soft.
yeah, Tanya said it tastes like peach schnapps. So so um, so that we got several of those bottles left. If you're on a budget and you want decent juice, we also have Strawberry Strike, which is another one of my favorite strawberry ones. It's a 100 ml bottle, I believe it. Nope, it's 120. And normally I hate bubblegum vapes. But the Strawberry Strike is a strawberry, but if you remember the zebra stripes chewing gum, I don't even know if they still make it or not, but if you remember those, that's what it's like. It doesn't really have a gummy vape to it. It's more strawberry for me. So we have those. We also have 25 Rs. We have some of the LG Browns left, some 6-spade chargers. There is a Chaos in there, Fuchai 213 kit, which is you get the Fuchai 213, you get a tank, and it comes with batteries, so it's like a full setup. We have one of those left. Comp Life mods, the Foo Bars. There's I know there's at least one cotton candy left in there that they are 125 for those. 125?
125, yeah, I don't know what you said.
Yeah, I said 125. I just wasn't 100% sure. And then we have several of the black, like HK. I think there's a Spectrum in there. So they're really affordable. 2 mods. Like I said, the aluminum. I like them for your everyday, vape on a tube. You're not looking to, comp with. There's 2 TVLs left, and they're not the Colt 45s. I can't remember. They got so many names for all the different mods now. But there's one that's aluminum, and then there's a brass one in there, and you can buy the mod, or you can buy the mod with the cap and the RDA all together in a setup. Um, and then we do one thing that they try to do here is make sure we have replacement coils for your tanks, which sometimes what a lot of shops do that we've seen is they'll buy the newest tank that comes out on the market, maybe buy some coils for it, but when the next new tank comes out on the market, they buy it and quit buying coils for the previous ones. So they try to make sure that they keep the SMOC, the Horizon Tech, the Arctic V12s, V8s, also we'll have the Crown 3 coils, and we're out of Baby Beast coils right now, but they are.
You have CBD in it?
No.
Which one do you have CBD in?
None of them. Put a drop under your tongue.
Yeah. Just put a drop under your tongue.
And please don't spill it and don't drop that bottle. Be very careful with it.
Right under my tongue.
I done it yesterday. Just one drop under your tongue.
Could you put it on your finger? No.
Well, you put it on your finger and put it under your tongue. That'll work.
CBD. Cannabis oil. Put it under your tongue.
So let it sit there a little bit, and it's gonna have a weird taste to it. But trust me, that tastes like gold compared to some of that other crap I've tried.
CBD.
Which is the first time I've ever seen a company say you can put it under your tongue. So it's medical grade, which I like.
No. You're fine now. So quit stressing. When you stress, I stress. I stress, you stress. Instead of that, Rob, that's yours. She's trying to take my mod. Damn, for $95. Well, no.
At 125 now.
125 again.
What's the money for the RDA?
I'm sorry that's all dead. 930. Think it'll help? Okay, we'll go. What else you gotta do, baby? Give me my mod. What? You need a Mac mod.
So, make sure I mentioned all the juice. We do have cotton bacon. We have it in the big packs, and then we got smaller packs.
So you only got for 13. Get with your dad later.
I gotta work on this button thing here a little bit. Button ain't really satisfying me. Thought it would. I ain't trying being all black, but love you. Let me find my other button. It came with a stainless button on the bottom.
Hey, she said thank you.
I know she did. I just hope we got enough to pay what we got to finish paying. Alright, so. Well, she can take it and stick it up her. Still alive. Sorry, guys. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try using the stainless one back on here. I'm going to put my silver pen in it. And we're going to get start getting our returns on Saturday again. Did you call? I need to talk to you about something.
Did you get that message?
So what I'm doing is I'm putting my solid silver pen in the original button that came in it, because the black button on the bottom of that Predator tends to come loose extremely easy. So I'm swapping pins out.
That nobody could?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got that.
Okay.
So I did want to mention another juice is a friend of ours from West Virginia named Hunter Halstead. He come out with a juice line that's called Raven Liquids, and we tried it. We liked it. Yeah, 22 will work. I could tell you our favorites because I can't remember the exactly what it is. Each one of them is, but I know I like toast pie really well. It's a lemon meringue. And then Tanya likes the one called Annabelle Lee, which is a grape candy. So she likes it pretty well. So this is the original button that came on the Predator.
Your daughter hits your mud and drives it out.
Like I said, it's got a .16 build in it, so it takes a little bit for it to warm up, but it's like a great all-day carry around, not too rough on you type deal. Now the HK, it came with the knurled aluminum button, which is okay, but I don't know, there's just something about all black. So, it has more of a, and then I got the Stealth in a trade. I don't have the paperwork or nothing for it. It didn't come with a bag, but I use my Stealth sword. The cuts are nice. I like the way it feels in the hand, but when you put a RDA on top of it, there's an overhang underneath it, which I don't really like that much. So I don't really use the Stealth that much, other than swapping out buttons and such. So I'm not a huge fan of the Stealth one, but I do like my HK and the Predator. Slide everything back in the bag. Let's see. Now it's been a while since we've done a show. There's probably some other goodies here that I could review for you. Just give me a few minutes to find them. Oh man, okay, so chatting with the guy from Lifted Liquids, and I told him I really enjoyed the strawberry fields. He said that you ought to mix a little bit of the strawberry fields with the cloud cake. It's like a strawberry cake. So one good thing is, with all the rain and stuff up here, it's not really affected the show and all that. I'm having more issues about keeping the video going on cam up than I am with the other program. So I'm gonna make another post because I actually have more pictures I want to post for trying to trade.
Hello.
Yeah, cat.
Yes. Huh? I know. Yes, I did. Not too bad.
So guys, just bear with me real quick.
Not too bad. Huh?
Do this.
I think it was like 41, 41, something like that. No. Yeah. No. Okay. Here you go. Go ahead.
mean, I'm comfortable. So, any questions, guys? I mean, I think I've went through just about anything in the shop that we have. So yeah, if you guys hear, see if anybody's looking to trade a Purge V2 basic mod RDA cat combo. I have a couple TVLs I trade. Um, see if I got any. I don't know what I just did. I'm going. Uh, so I got somebody that has a B2B Purge. Been used a few times. He put it aside when he got it Speak No Evil. So I'm asking if he'd be interested in either of the TVLs. Okay, so everybody dropped off. I'm going to go offline.